going on, guys? It's the Mad Dragon coming at you today with some rugby gaming news. Rugby 24 is dead. It's over. No joke, it's gone. Rugby 24, the game we've been waiting for a year. 3 deadlines, all gone out the window. We have officially found out today, Rugby 24 is no more. Rugby 25 has risen like a phoenix from the ashes of a game that never existed. And we're on to Rugby 25. Who would have seen this going today? Not me. If you're thinking, man, Mad Dragon looks a little bit worse for wear today, I've literally just come from the gym. They decided to release this news about it becoming Rugby 25. The one time I'm not at my desk, I've booked 3 days off from work over the course of the last year in prep for this game. Of course, the day they announce what's actually going to be going on with the game, they do it while I'm at the gym. I'm not actually here. So apologies for my attire, but you know I've got to bring you this news, right? What a huge drop. This is official as well. This is not, Rugby 2K 25, whatever they were putting out with the fake news. This is actually Rugby 24 is being officially rebranded. We have some news from the developers, including early access coming tomorrow. Wild. I cannot believe that's going on, which means I've got to try and work out what I'm actually going to do tomorrow for streaming and stuff. So let me slide this on over here, and we'll have a bit of a read through what the guys over at Big Ant Studios have to say in the most out of the blue news I think we've ever had for a game launch ever. So, looking at the logo, you might be wondering, Rugby 25? What happened to Rugby 24? So let's dive right in. I think we're all thinking exactly that thing. First and foremost, we sincerely apologise to you for the significant delay you've had to endure in anticipation for this new rugby game. We spent considerable time signing more than 150 rugby licensing deals and also travelling the world to scam players whenever they could be made available. This delay has caused us to now focus on the 2024 and 2025 seasons. Hence, we have decided to appropriately rename our game from Rugby 24 to Rugby 25. So to all those people who dropped down in the comment section, who did the most unoriginal comment ever, who I saw it in every video, Mad Dragon, this will be Rugby 25 by the time it comes out. You're right. You're actually correct. I cannot believe that's come to fruition. So we've decided that the time is right to launch an early access for Rugby 25 starting on the 28th of June. I am filming this on the 27th of June. This comes out tomorrow. Yes! Tomorrow! In the initial early access, you'll be able to select from 21 nations, including the Australian Wallabies and French teams. Interesting, they've specified only those 2. I wonder why those 2 are the most important. With complete photogrammetry, other teams and photogrammetry will be constantly added over the early access period, which is what I think we were all saying about 5 months ago. Like, we don't really care if the photogrammetry was on point. We would have liked to have seen that updated across the early access, but it sounds like that's what they're doing, but maybe they've only got the Australian and French international sides completed, and maybe that's what they're going for there. It should be noted that the AI and player movement are in an experimental phase, and anomalies will occur. If you've ever seen any of my videos, you know I will find every single one of them as we lock these important elements of the game in. Upon final release, Rugby 25 will have over 140 international teams, including New Zealand, South Africa, England, France, and Australia. They're already in the early access, those 2. Plus over 150 club sides in 11 competitions with the URC, English Premiership, French Top 4 team, MLR, and Super Rugby Pacific. So, lots to dive into here. Now, I will point out, for those of you, wondering what's going to be going on with this game, this game is still not available. It says it's coming out tomorrow, but I am looking for it. And Rugby 25 isn't a thing. Rugby 24, it always wants to put it down to Rugby 22. It's determined to me to look at Rugby 22. There is no Rugby 24. There is no Rugby 25. So it's not on Steam. It's not currently available. The early access is only coming to PC. So I'm not sure how they're actually going to be releasing it, but there's a couple of things I want to have a bit of a chat about going through this thing, right? This is wild to me that they've actually ended up doing this rebrand for Rugby 25. I think we were all kind of expecting it at this point. If early access wasn't coming out till now, Rugby 25 was looking very realistic in terms of what it was going to be, but this game was meant to be a 2023 tie-in, to the World Cup. That's going to be a bit of a jarring thing probably for people who've maybe just started getting into the game, or maybe see this on the shelves or something when the consoles eventually come out, wondering why you're doing the World Cup from so far back. It's nice to know they get all those teams in. It's interesting they've specifically mentioned the Australian Wallabies and the French team, so it sounds to me like those are probably going to be the only 2 complete photogrammetry teams. and the rest just might be playable teams for now with the right names and stuff. It's not that big a deal to me. I want to see what the mechanics of the game are like. We have still seen nothing actually from this game. So this is one of the few games I've ever covered on the channel where I am still completely in the dark about what we are walking into. It's coming out tomorrow. I can't get a day off work on such short notice, so I don't know what we're going to do in terms of coverage. You know there will be a video tomorrow, and depending on what time it comes out will be when that video comes out. And also, we'll be doing a stream. We will be doing a stream tomorrow. If you're watching this on the 27th, there will be a stream pretty much as soon as I finish work, so I'm going to want to jump straight into this. But we don't know what time it's coming out tomorrow. Now, this post got launched at 4:30 today. That, to me, would suggest maybe the game's going to come out at 4:30 tomorrow, in which case, not too bad. I'll finish work, I'll sit down, make a video, I'll get the first game out on the channel, and then we'll move on to do a stream so that you guys can jump in and actually check out what to expect. If this comes out at midnight, I don't know. It might have to be an extra long lunch break for me or something to try and somehow squeeze in a video around this. One area that is slightly concerning for me from this, which I don't know if anyone picked up on this, it should be noted that the AI and player movement are in an experimental phase. I really don't like that as a sentence. And this is, I'm always going to be honest when it comes to stuff like this. You know, I'm not sponsored by any of these rugby games. I always just give an honest opinion. This game was meant to come out in 2023. We have heard the game is being played in the office. It's all great. We're the only thing we're waiting on is the photogrammetry. That's all we're waiting on. And we're away. And the guys over at Big Ant Studios have been busy. We've seen them flying around. If you guys have been following it on Twitter, Ross has been giving out codes for the game, and we'll get into that in a second. But being able to, you know, get all those photogrammetry things done and get them involved with the game, I love that. But the idea that they're still going to say player movements in an experimental phase? This game was meant to come out a year ago, and all we've heard is the game is great, the game is fine, we're just waiting on that photogrammetry. I don't really like the idea that this is going to be behind a shield of, well, it'll still be experimental. I know it's early access. Maybe I'm being a bit uncharitable. When it came to Rugby 20 and we had that 3-phase beta, I expected it to be poor. It was a beta, and I was like, oh, okay, let's just see how it goes. I was giving feedback reports. I was trying to do everything I could to help that game get to the best standard that it could. We didn't have that same, you know, joy for Rugby 22. This will now be for Rugby 25. This is, you know, a year of extra development from the actual release date. We're going to enter early access, and it should be expected that early access games are never going to be flawless. But the idea that it's going to be actually like still very experimental is not a great positive for me. Now I'll slide over here for a second so you can see you know, the sort of initial things. I've asked the guys about, you know, what time it'll come out, because I think that's important for people to know. They haven't replied to me. I only replied, you know, 40 minutes ago. I thought maybe something would have come out about it. A lot of people are asking about consoles. I'm always going to be expecting it to only be coming out on the PC for the early access. Kieran there spotted Rugby 24. Yep. This has taken me really by surprise. I'm very surprised at just where this has come from completely out of the blue. But, you know, that's what they've dropped. They've done the full revamp of it. So what do you guys think about this complete rebrand? Was this what you expected? Are you surprised we're getting this early access released, I don't know, like 12 hours? I don't know, like it could be that soon when this game might come out. That's such a short notice, and we've still seen not a lot from the game. What do you guys think about it? Also, and I will also throw it there because I'm sure some people are going to be very interested. As you might have seen on Twitter, Ross was giving out codes for early access for this game. It's probably the only piece of real marketing that's been pushed to the community, which I really enjoyed the idea of. You had to guess where they were at in terms of the photogrammetry, and if you got it right, you would be given a code. I actually won one of these things. I had a pure guess at sale, and I got one correct. I know a couple of other guys on the Discord also got it correct. Now, I've just checked now. Up to now, I haven't got a code for it to come through. It's not already up on Steam, so it would make sense that it would be weird for them to send me a code already if the game isn't already up on Steam. But for any of you guys who also want a code, because I'm sure, you know, if you're into the Rugby Twitter pages, you're probably following the YouTubers covering it as well, right? Don't be that worried, I'm guessing, about the fact that it's not already with you for being a code. I don't already have one. Again, I'm not sponsored or anything. They're not paying me. I just actually won a code when they did this sort of competition. But I have haven't got it. I'm expecting there to probably not be a code until it's already out on Steam and you could sort of do it, but it would be nice if we could, you know, sort of pre-install it and what have you. But there we have it, guys. That is the big news for today. Rugby 24 getting a full rebrand and early access coming tomorrow. If you want to watch some gameplay and you want to know what's going on with the game, make sure you hit the subscribe button, because I will be getting out my first game on early access as soon as possible tomorrow on the channel. And of course, we will also be doing a live stream, so you guys can pick teams. We can jump into some different areas of the game. You can get a really good feel for how this early access is looking to save you maybe if you want to buy it yourselves. I don't know if it's going to cost money to get the early access because it's not up on Steam already. And you can, of course, see the development of the game as it goes on until we get to that final launch, which could well be in 25. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. I look forward to having a read through them. I'll see you all next time, guys. Bye-bye.